But this will trigger the Lexus RCF safety car.
Oh, that's big. That is a very big crash.
Okay, so here's the Petters safety car, and here's the gap. And maybe that gap's been too big. And I'm just looking at the rules here at the moment. It takes a little bit to get through all that. We'll go to Larko and I'll come back and clarify.
Yeah, I mean it's all pretty hard and complex without spending 3 minutes explaining it. But basically, when the safety car lights go out, you have to maintain the speed that you currently have. And what they felt in between turns 11 and 12, James was a little bit aggressive in varying his speed.
So he's trying to limp it back to pit lane at the moment. Oh, and Todd Kelly's gone round and into the wall. He must have put the car up onto the ripple strip on the exit, and the race leader has whacked the inside wall on the pit lane, dislodged the front spoiler.
And then here is Todd Kelly, gets it sideways onto the front stretch, gets up on the ripple strip on the white paint.
He'll be angry with himself when he sees that. Everybody in the business.
17 on the way back to pit lane, but this is the story.
And that's Jamie Whincup passing the Lexus RCF safety car with the lights flashing. Can't see any green light, can't see any other additional signals. And I'll go back to the operations manual in the sporting regs, and you can see Mark Dutton, 11.2.2, overtaking of the safety car is forbidden unless signalled to do so by the observer in the safety car by use of a green light or other signal, at which time the car may overtake the safety car and continue at reduced speed.
Thought the safety car driver needed to be a little cautious there.
Oh my goodness. And Paul was saying
he clipped it, he said.
Clipped it.
And he said, as you can see, it pulled out in front of me. That
Working out what was going on there. So the Gillette replay shows that the lights have parted company from the medical car. As either it's the debris on the road up there.
It's working, it's working. That's it.
It's buried.
Stop, wait.
Oh, more trouble. This time it's car number 21 at the top of the hill. What happened to Paul Morris? He just completed the stop. He's on the marbles. There's nothing out there in the way of grip, plus cold tyres to add insult to injury. And he's just got it tucked under the tyre barrier there. That's Dale Wood in the hands of the marshals there. Got himself into the top 10 after a brilliant qualifying performance, and that car's got big damage. Why?
He's run into his teammate, for sure.
You're kidding me. So he's driven straight to the back of Andrew Jones. 5. And this was an interesting question, because that was the safety car line that we just saw go under Shane's car, and I think Luke Gilden went by after the safety car line, so you have to redress that, or that'll be something that gets discussed.
Okay, so here's the Petters safety car, and here's the gap. And maybe that gap's been too big. And I'm just looking at the rules here at the moment. It takes a little bit to get through all that. We'll go to Larko and I'll come back and clarify.
Yeah, I mean it's all pretty hard and complex without spending 3 minutes explaining it. But basically, when the safety car lights go out, you have to maintain the speed that you currently have. And what they felt in between turns 11 and 12, James was a little bit aggressive in varying his speed up and down. Now you can interpret that as, you know, speeding up. You can be seen as brake testing the guy behind you, all sorts of things. They just didn't feel that he maintained his speed as he should have after the safety car lights went out.
Car 8, look at that, the rear's gone. Well and truly gone.
That's just spun because it's just got no brake pedal. Oh, that's Scott Dixon, and that's Andrew Jones. Here we go.
Oh, he stopped. What on earth's happened there?
What has happened there?
He stopped on the front straight. And Scott Dixon's had nowhere to go but straight into it.
And also Andrew Jones. We've got the onboard vision here just to have a look. This was typifying the sort of stuff that was going on up there all weekend. Amazing. Now, stewards have looked at that in the period since we were last together, and in fact, they've decided to ping 100 points off the team's championship tally.
So no problem for Whincup. Back out.
Safety car stopped.
And about a safety car.
What's he going to do about this?
Safety car.
Waiting and watching.
Well, you can't pass the safety car.
Okay, safety car, you need to scramble. This is going to be difficult.
Drama for the pilot.
This is...
12 now.
What a joke. What a mess. What a mess.
Disaster. Who's where?
That is so dangerous.
The safety car's 8th in the race. Oh. Winkup's the leader. The safety car scrambling.
And, the race control call at this point was to pick up car 1 at turn 12. But quite clearly, car 1's not at turn 12. It's right there.
Oh,
Here we go.
oh my
That could
God.
have been a massive incident.
That was
Both Kelly boys out of this second race.
And there's more chaos up here. Holy smoke.
And that's Todd Kelly has slammed into the rear of Paul Morris.
Now, the safety car boards were out, so if for some reason he hasn't picked out. Seeing a replay. Now, this is where we saw all that strange stuff going on before, with Todd Kelly arriving all locked up and nowhere to go. And when you look at the replay, there is more to the story. You had Morris with a flat, and
Stephen Johnson will be a threat here. He's on wets. Look at this. Look how slippery it is. Oh, Greg. And whack.
And that's how Lee Holdsworth spun.
And Greg subsequently came to the pits. Oh. Hello. It's a party. There's heaps of people.
Here we go. Here's the queuing. That's poor Dave Reynolds has really been hurt in this too. He was going well. So there'll be tales of woe in the teams, and that's Dumbrell parked up. So it's pretty congested. Oh, no, they're going to hit. There's contact.
888, just keep to the right through turn 9.
And Craig Lowndes, but not really Neil Crompton. A good situation for race control to find themselves in, having to unravel all of this.
You just pull over, wave all the cars through until you have 88 behind you.
So just replaying something that happened a few moments ago. It was the voice of race director Tim Schenken instructing the safety car to wave cars by and look for car number 88. The reason for this is they delayed deploying the Chrysler safety car for the incident involving Fabian Coulthard and Jason Bright down at turn 4. Fabian was well bogged in the gravel down there. It took a little while for the car to come out. They neutralised the track to make it safe for the corner workers, but then they grabbed Garth Tander as the race leader. But there are several cars here that have profited enormously from just the sequence of the way this has worked, and that's what Tim Edwards and Dave Stewart are debating. So here comes the safety car. This is the replay from earlier. He comes out the lane, but meantime the leaders have gone through, because basically everybody has done their stop at this stage, and then it's Garth Tander, as you can see, next in the queue that they grabbed. Let's have a listen to this.
Right, okay. But he's picked up the car.
Well, too late, Tim. Just don't swear.
So he's
What's the
picked up
story?
the cars. The cars were in order on the track. It just so happens that those 3 cars, because the safety car got scrambled at the time it didn't pick up the exact leader. He got scrambled. So those 3 cars have managed to pick up an advantage for being in the right place at the right time. But it's an unusual safety car situation because it didn't pick up the leader. It just got scrambled straight away. So
You're not too happy with that result, Tim?
this happened before.
Yeah, Tassie last year, and it was a cock up then.
No, 2 years ago, and it was a different scenario. But
It's an error with the way it was deployed, wasn't it?
The safety car, ideally, you get it out there and pick up the leader. Sometimes the safety car just gets scrambled in front of whatever car it gets in front of. This may be one of those occasions, and sometimes, yes, people do